Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I am so excited to hang out tonight. I missed y'all. Today is the day before Halloween for those who celebrate. Today is October 30th. Go ahead and grab whatever you need to get comfortable and cozy, and we'll be back here in about 30 seconds. Hi. Hey, y'all. I am very excited to join y'all tonight. Last week was not a good week. Oh my goodness. I feel like, and I don't know about you guys too. Oh, my dogs say hello. I'm going to try to close my door, but it's not going to work. I think I told y'all my Great Dane knows how to open doors now. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know if you can hear them or not, but they're barking. They're going nuts. But this fall, my immune system is like, it's just given up. It's like, nah, we're going to get all the germs and just have it really deeply impact you. And it's fine. It is what it is. But in September, I had COVID. And then just last week, I had pneumonia. Who gets pneumonia? I had last week, I think, was the sickest I've ever been in my life. I had like super duper high fevers. I was like super dehydrated, just all the things. And I was like sure that I had COVID or the flu. And then I went in to get, swabbed for everything. And everything came back negative. And they're like, we're going to x-ray your lungs, just check it out. And I'm so glad that they did, because lo and behold, pneumonia. And so I am feeling much, much better. But that is why I was not here hanging out with y'all last Wednesday, because I had no voice. I was completely like horizontal for like the entire week. It was nuts. But anyway, feeling much better. I am like upping all my vitamins. This is just like, it's that time of year, I guess. When is it not that time of year? Do we get breaks? Because I feel like we all get summer colds. I don't know. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. But I hope that if you are joining us live tonight or catching the replay, I hope this video finds you healthy and feeling good. And I also hope that however you are viewing this video, I hope that you are protecting not only your physical health, but your mental health and your social emotional well-being, because it is election season. And I know a lot of us have experienced election fatigue. And I've read a lot of really interesting articles about it and how it really does impact like how we show up in different places and spaces and our coping mechanisms and all of the things. And so, I think a lot of us in education, we spend a lot of time advocating for those that we serve, whether that's through the student lens or through the family lens. And I know there's just a lot on the ballot this year. And I know there's a lot of rhetoric out there. So I just want to give space for all of us who are trying to grapple with a lot of this harmful rhetoric, both for ourselves and also creating space and holding space for our students and our families who are also trying to grapple with this. It's a lot. And I had an interesting conversation with somebody about 2 weeks ago, because they said to me, well, Carly, like, I don't really think that election season is really impacting my students because they're so little and they're not watching, the news or like different like news outlets, and they're not, consuming all of that. But as I kept thinking on it after that conversation, it's not that, some of our students do watch the news, like they really do, or they happen to be in the room while their grown-ups are watching the news. So I think that is one layer. But I think it's also the rhetoric, because the rhetoric is really what gets repeated and gets discussed. So students, our kids might be hearing their grown-ups trying to unpack and process stuff that is being said or stuff that they have heard. And our students are in the room when that happens. Even when our students are not in the room when that happens, we know that other kids are talking to each other about things that they hear. People are posting a lot of stuff on social media. And even, yes, our youngest kids are on social media because they're scrolling on their grown-ups' phones, on their accounts. So even if our students are not directly hearing like sound bites from different things, I think they are still being impacted by all of these different pieces, all the different components that make up an election season. Additionally, our students are, on the receiving end many times of how their grown-ups are interpreting and grappling and processing all of it. So all of that chronic stress that I know that we experience during election season, we absorb that, but we bring that into our interactions with those we serve. And again, like when we talk about like, you can't pour from an empty cup and all those, and you have to use your oxygen mask before you help others with their mask, all those little analogies that we say, like it's us as the teachers and the educators and the leaders, but it's also our grown-ups, the grown-ups of our students. Everyone's just walking around with a heavier load. And that does impact our students. So I invite us to just take heart and take note of where we need to just invest more care into our minds and pause the things that we can pause, and allow ourselves to experience our feelings, and knowing when our students might feel or seem a little extra dysregulated. There's a lot of reasons, right? There might be a lot of reasons behind it. So anyway, I hope that you are taking care of your whole self, because there's a lot. So I'm sending everyone a big hug because it's a lot. So, okay. So that I didn't mean to go that far, but we are excited at the IRC because we have our state conference coming up in Tinley Park from December 10th through 13th. We encourage you to get registered early because last year we did close registration pretty early, so don't want that to happen again. So make sure you get registered, tag whoever you need to tag, email whoever you need to email, all of that. I wanted to share tonight's topic. I'm going to be talking a little bit about my sessions that I'll be presenting at the conference this year, just to give like a little preview. And mostly for the rest of November, we're going to be talking to specialists about their sessions so that you know kind of what to expect. There are so many really good sessions. If you are a subscriber to our emails at the IRC, you might have seen like a draft program. I mean, if you haven't peeked, go peek now because they're really good, like timely, relevant, good stuff. So I'm super excited. I geek out over this conference. It's my favorite of the year. So anyway, lots of fun stuff there. Also want to give a plug, as always, to our family and BPAC sessions. All of that information can be found on our website. Really powerful powerful sessions. I also wanted to share that my colleague Alicia and I are going to be sharing a Becoming Multilingual Champions Home Language Survey Edition session. That is one part of our free virtual workshops that we offer throughout the year. And this is a continuation within a series. So we began this series, I think in September, about like front office staff and registrars and all that. And so this session is really for any adult in the school system that touches the home language survey. So it might be your front office, it might be your registrars, it might be your EL teacher, it might be your principal, it could be anybody. So whoever has a hand in the home language survey, like who administers it, who sits with parents, who takes it and does something with it, whoever you are, if you touch the home language survey, this session is for you. So we wanted to plug that. I have an exciting in-person collab with Rachel, who is just the funnest. The funnest. That's a word. It's a word. We talked last 2 weeks ago about what makes a word a word. Funnest is a word because you know what I mean. So it's a word. But we are going to be doing a in-person session. We have like kind of split. So if you wanted to just attend one of the sessions, you could, or you could spend the whole day. So Rachel is leading a half-day session on newcomers in a dual language classroom, and I am leading a half-day session on serving newcomers within any program. So that is coming up on January 30th. I also wanted to mention this because I had a few people who were like, oh, wait, really? If you're looking for in-person professional learning in your school or your district, whether it's like just a workshop for your multilingual department, or it's like a full whole staff workshop, or it's a virtual workshop for 1 hour, or it's whatever, it's a keynote, whatever it might be, coaching, consulting, we do that. And all of that information is scrolling along the bottom. So yeah, you can bring any one of the IRC specialists to your setting for professional learning. So all of that information can be found on our website. There's like our menu of like services, like what type of services and the pricing and stuff is all there. In addition to, there's like a Google form that you can fill out just to get like a consultation going. So one of us will reach out, like you can request specialists, or you can just say like, yeah, just give me somebody. And then one of us will reach out to you and we'll schedule a time to just meet and talk about what your needs are. So I wanted to mention that because not everybody knew that. Okay. All right, so here we go. My first session is going to be on, I'm looking at the ticker because I don't have it memorized, on December 11th at 10:15. So it's a morning session, one of the morning sessions. I have a session that is on sustainable scaffolds and strategies. And these are going to support really any content area and any proficiency level. But this session is really centered on kind of deconstructing this idea that like all of the tools and the strategies that we use to support multilingual students, they have to take so long and you have to have everything done in advance. No, you don't. No, you don't. So this whole session is going to be centered on strategies that you could just grab and go and implement with little to no prep time. So that sustainability piece is really, really big because as we talk to teachers, right, all of us, our to-do lists are just nuts, right? Like they're just nuts. And I feel like every time we go to another meeting in our system, the list grows and we're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this? And so that sense of overwhelm is very real, is very relevant. And I want us to kind of gently push back on that idea that having a multilingual student in your classroom means automatically a whole additional like workload for you. So this whole session will be looking at just grab and go sessions that are really impactful for multilingual students and that are not separate from other kids in class. So these are all going to be tools and resources that apply to any kid. but it's going to be very intentional for multilingual students. Maybe they're newcomers, maybe they're at higher proficiency levels. And then everyone who attends that session will get like a bit.ly link of tools, resources, links and stuff, ideas that you can bring back to your space. So that session is really good if you are looking for, again, just like little grab and go things that are going to make an impact, whether it's like in a science room or a math room or visual art, whatever it might be. So the sustainability piece is huge. So I'm excited for that session. So if you are coming to the conference on December 11th, I'd love to see you. I'd love to hang out. I just ordered more stickers. Oh my gosh, I forgot to tell you guys. So like when I was talking about holding on to our own mental health, how cute are these? Can you see these? They're Rainbow Bright. Aren't those so cute? I brought these in here because I wanted to show them because they just bring me so much joy. Little Rainbow Bright. They remind me of, do you guys remember back in the day, the Shrinky Dinks? I don't know if those are still around or not. I feel like I saw one of those things that was like a resurgence of like nostalgic things. But a Shrinky Dink, right, was like something that you would, gosh, I don't even remember. You would color, right? And then you'd put it in the oven and then it would like shrink in the oven. And then you could turn it into like a keychain or something. But these remind me of Shrinky Dinks, but they're Rainbow Bright. So it's like double nostalgia. I always say every year I'm going to dress up as Rainbow Bright for Halloween. And I never do. But one year I'm going to do that. But maybe tomorrow I'll just wear these because they're so cute. Yeah, I'm a total, my brain is hopping everywhere today. That's all right. So anyway, I was saying, if you're coming on the 11th, I'd love to see you at that session. I just ordered a whole bunch more stickers. I love stickers. So I'll have more stickers at my session at the conference. So that is my first session. I have another session that I am doing on the 13th. Now, this one is also a morning session, and this one's going to be like super duper fun. These are going to be all energizing language practices that are fun for you as the teacher, and also fun for the students. They're engaging. It's not like a gamify session per se, but it is a playful session for sure. And all of the tools and ideas that we're going to talk about in that session still have meaning. They're not just fun for the sake of having fun. That's important too, and that deserves a time and space in our classroom for sure. But these are meaningful as we talk about language acquisition. I did a similar session at EmpowerCon. So if you joined us last summer for EmpowerCon, I had a very similar session. And so I might use like one of the same strategies, but the goal is to have different ones for this session so that if you attended that one at EmpowerCon last year, you'll still get some new content. And also same for this one is I'll have stickers at this session. So if you are going to be at the conference on December 13th, I'd love to hang out with you that morning at 10:15. And yeah, it's going to be a really fun conference. It's going to be very, very fun. We know that we've got, again, just a whole lot of really, really great sessions that folks are bringing to share. So we can all kind of learn and grow from colleagues in the field who are doing this work. And we encourage you to check out social media. If you are a presenter, soon, if you haven't already, you're going to be receiving like an I'm presenting graphic in your inbox so that you can share that on social media, just to share a little bit about what session you're doing and what folks can expect. That way, again, we just know what's out there and we can learn and grow from each other. That's the best, isn't it? Excuse me. Oh my goodness. So for the rest of this month, for the most part, We are going to be talking about different IRC specialist sessions at the conference. So we're really excited to share with you a little preview of what's coming up. If you are presenting, make sure that you share that information on your social media. Use the hashtag of the conference. I believe it's hashtag multilingual 24, or maybe it's hashtag multilingual IL 2024. I can't remember. I'll double check. But make sure you're using the conference hashtag so that we can all kind of search and find each other's sessions and support each other in our work. But we would love to hear if you are presenting. You can absolutely add information about your session in the comments section of this post so that folks can see a little preview of what's coming. Very excited to hang out with you guys, though, in December. If you haven't gotten registered yet, please make sure you do so sooner rather than later. All right, and I'm going to, I think, hit the hay. We started my family. My daughter plays basketball. It's her favorite thing in the world. And basketball season is like just her favorite. It's her time to like enjoy time with her friends. And so me and my husband are so excited for that because we love watching her play. It's just so cool to see like our young people, whether that's our own kids in our own lives or our students, just engaging in the stuff that they love. Like it's so wonderful to see kids light up over those things. I love it. Oh, and as a side note, a quick little equity check. This is something that I know my kids' middle school does. If you have a fee, if your school has a fee for clubs or sports, my middle school does this where they waive the first fee so that kids can participate. So, in at least one activity. So I love that. That's a nice little systems check for schools everywhere, I think. Anyway, all right. I got to go to bed. I'm tired, but we've been watching a lot of basketball this week, so I'm a little extra tired. And of course, I'm still getting over all my lung issues. All right, y'all. I will see you next week. Next week, I'm really excited because I have a great guest that's going to be joining us. And she's brilliant. She's so kind. She's very passionate about her work with students, and she's going to be talking with us about SEL and somatic practices to support the SEL needs of our multilingual students. So make sure you don't miss next week's episode, and I'll talk to you guys soon.